stop that. So summer holidays are here again, and when it gets to this time of the year, it's not really pleasant for working parents because, you know, the kids are home. You know, usually when it's school time and they're in school, you can pick a shift here and there because you know they're in safe hands in the school. However, during the summer, they're at home and you may not be able to afford childcare around this time. And so most parents tend to leave their kids at home at the age when they are not supposed to. The NSPCC, which is the National Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Children, they just recently published an article about leaving your child home this summer because they know that it is usually in the summer that's when working parents tend to leave their kids at home because it's quite challenging finding childcare during the summer holidays when the kids are home. So they realize that during the summer usually is when they get reports from, let's say, neighbors about kids that have been left home alone by themselves. So they said that last year alone, just around the West Midlands area, they received about 566 phone calls, or like they had to make about 566 referrals about children that had been left alone, you know, at ages when they were not supposed to be left alone. And then they say that this is about a 23% increase from the previous year. So it's likely to also go up again this year, you know, and this is just the West Midlands alone. So now they have published an article to advise parents, okay? So this is sort of like an update or something to sort of like refresh minds on what to do in terms of leaving your kids home this summer, what the law says about it, okay? So I'm just going to go over this. And guys, if you are a frequent viewer of my channel, I have a video called Childcare Options in the UK, and all these things that they are saying today or they published are in my video, and I did this video about a year ago. So if you have watched that video, this is just going to be like a refresher for you. Honestly, I said almost everything that they are saying now, okay? So I'm just going to go over this for you. So one, they said that there is no legal age that a child can be left at home alone. Every child matures differently, but it's against the law to leave a child alone if it puts them at risk. So the law does not necessarily state exactly at what age that you should leave your child or you can leave your child at home, because they know that, let's say child A who's 12 years and let's say child B who's also at the same age, but maybe child B will be very, very matured and will be able to take care of himself in the house without any issues, okay? However, maybe child A might not be able to, or maybe even a child who's 15 years might not be able to take care of himself at home. So they acknowledge that children mature differently and are different, okay? So it's not fair to put an age to it. So there's no legal age to the age that you can leave your child home alone, right? But if you assess and you think that if you're going to put the child at risk, then you know that you're not supposed to leave the child at home, okay? So the second thing is that children under the age of 12 are rarely mature to cope in an emergency and should not be left at home for a long period of time. So they're saying that children under the age of 12 are rarely to be left alone for long periods of time. The third thing that they're saying is that children under the age of 16 should not be left alone overnight, okay? So they're sort of saying that if you have children below the age of 16 and you think they're matured enough, leaving them in the house is not going to put them at risk, you can sort of leave them during the day, but not overnight. That's how they're saying. That's how I can interpret it. What do you think? So the NSPCC has also launched a campaign, and this campaign is called Home or Out Alone. This is to help parents and guardians to decide if your child is ready to stay at home alone or to go out alone unsupervised. You have to give them access to some information, and then they'll help you decide whether your child is able to go out or stay home alone based on their age and the information that you gave them. And they also gave their website where you can find more information. Okay, so the campaign is called Home or Out Alone. So this is their email address. I'll leave it here, and this is their phone number as well, their helpline. I'll leave it here as well. You can phone them for advice. Okay, do not find yourself wanting. A lot of people chase shifts and they chase cash so much that they find themselves wanting. You don't want your kids to be taken away from you. You don't want to have any safeguarding issue. Okay, if you're not sure about whether to leave your child home, whether your child is at the right age to go out unsupervised or to stay in the house alone, phone them for advice or send them an email or go on their website for further information. Okay, so this is an advice to all working parents. Okay, don't let the love of money make you get into trouble with these agencies, these child protection agencies, to make you look like a bad parent when you are really not. Okay, instead, you know, get a side hustle, stay home and do the side hustle like I spoke about in my last video. You know, those who know, okay, I shared the easiest way to make money wherever you are in the world, okay, in that video, so you can watch. Okay, so instead of picking extra shifts to, you know, put yourself in stress, and go watch that video. Okay, anyway, I'll leave the details of the NSPCC on the screen and in the description as well. Contact them for advice. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.